Hello, it's Mara from House Plants, New Jersey. So I have 3 philodendron spiritus sancti tissue cultures here that I'm going to be showing you how to deflask. So I have my 91% alcohol. I've already sprayed this little guy down. This is my little where I'm gonna propagate them. Okay, so it's like a little greenhouse in here. So when they're rinsed off, I'll put them in there. I'm going to be spraying down my scissors. We want to keep this area as sterile as possible. So I have my sink, which I already washed down with alcohol. I already rinsed that down. If you hear running water, it's because I'm warming up the water. Let's feel the temperature here. So we want to do like lukewarm water. We don't want to do too hot. We don't want to do too cold. So I'm going to show you now. All right. Let me angle this camera over. So I'm doing it in my bathroom sink because what I found is the water pressure is a little lower. So we're going to cut right across here. And in these packets, these are the plant, and they're in a gel, and it's called agar gel. And that's what the plant grows in. Now you can see this spiritus sancti, these leaves are going to fall off. So you want to pull them off anyway. Any of the roots that aren't doing so well, you pull them off too. But otherwise, just get all of that agar gel off. You want to get it nice and squeaky clean. Now, I buy my plants from Orange Lake Nursery, and they highly recommend doing it under running water. I've been doing that, and they've been growing absolutely beautifully. So I'm not worried at all. All right, all I'm worried about is getting all of this agar gel off, because that's what they grow in. They're very high in nutrients, and if you plant them with agar gel with any kind of residue on them, they will rot out. You see, we got all that agar gel off. It's kind of like Jello. You see these leaves here? These leaves are yellow. We want to get them off. We're going to take this other yellow leaf off too. Let's get on to the last one. Now, the reason I'm cutting it along the line here, I usually cut this little label off and then I packing tape it onto my container that I'm using because it's just a lot easier for me. So all of these little agar gel packets I'm throwing out. These leaves I'm taking off, these 2 right here. Oh, I found the 3rd one that I'm taking off. They're kind of rotted. So just going to let them go down the drain. Get them nice and squeaky clean. If you feel any mushy, that's the gel. And you want to get that off. It's amazing how the gel is so beneficial to these plants. But if you leave any on, that's what rots it out. And these little guys are tougher than you think. So you don't have to be too delicate with them. So now I'm going to meet you back in the living room and we're going to pot these up. Okay, so I'm back and I have 3 cups here. I took the labels from the tissue culture and I just packing taped them to the side of these double shot glasses. I put the date that I'm planting them. And now what we're going to do is, let me aim you down. I have some fluval stratum here. This is a sterilized spoon, so we're going to be using that. And I'm just going to fill this cup up a little bit with, I'm going to fill up these 3 cups a little bit because these root systems are pretty small on them. So we're going to fill them almost to the top. Almost to the top. And then we'll wind up putting more in. All right. And then, so right now, let me aim you over here. So I have these plants here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them in, the roots in, and then whatever fluval shadow we need to cover those roots, we will. Now these guys, they have to be in 100% humidity, which is why I put them into these little containers here. So, because I'll show you how I set them up. I'm going to put this over more to the side so that those leaves don't rot out. All right, there we go. And then I'll cover those roots with the fluval stratum. There we go. And those guys will be happy. Yeah. Now don't forget, if you have to take any of the leaves off, you should. Sorry about that. I got a phone call and then I got cut off and whatever. So I got all three of these guys in fluval. Okay, what we're gonna do is I have this little greenhouse thing that I put my plants into. I line it with a paper towel just to keep more humidity in there and more moisture. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bottle of water, not for myself, but I am going to fill these up with water. So the fluval stratum is going to be, I'm going to fill it almost up to the top because we want those roots touching the water. Okay. Now here we go again, almost up to the top. And a lot of that water will evaporate within the dome. And now I have all three of those are planted. Let me aim you down. All three of these are planted. And we are going to, I have a dome that has an actual little light in it. It's like a pink light. It's for seedlings. And we're going to put them in there. All right. So, and then they'll just sit here for about a week, week and a half, and I'll start opening that dome for humidity, for less humidity. And then they'll acclimate and I could take them out and they'll be a healthy little plant with a lot of roots growing. We don't really care about the leaves right now so much as we do about the roots. So that's what we're looking for, is more root health than leaf health. So they're not going to grow overnight, ladies and gentlemen, but they will grow. And it is a lot of fun to watch them grow. I'm really loving this tissue culture. All right. So if you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks.